Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A local blood center says a recent shooting hoax shows them they need more donors. They say the bank would struggle to supply state-line hospitals in a mass casualty event.
The future of the Severson Dells is unclear. We will have a live report on a crucial meeting tonight that could decide its fate.
And people who live in a Winnebago County housing development will have access to health care. Collier Garden Apartments opens a wellness and telehealth center. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Tom Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
The Rock River Valley Blood Center is always in need of donors, especially in an emergency. The blood bank needs to have enough on the shelves to supply local hospitals.
Nicole Delgado was at the blood center today. Nicole, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Mimi and Tom, the need for blood can arise at any moment, and that's why Rock River Blood Center wants to be prepared if a mass transfusion is needed.
One week we have enough, the next week we don't have enough, and that's all dependent on our committed blood donors in the event that a mass transfusion event would take place. So we want to ensure that there is enough blood available.
And that is the issue. They need 800 donors every week. The Rock River Valley Blood Center has been servicing the area for over 70 years and is the sole blood supplier for 13 local hospitals. The community's resource supervisor, Cassidy Laurel, says they are barely meeting the minimum requirements.
That is just to meet the needs of regular transfusions. They may be individuals who are undergoing a surgery, maybe a mom who has a postpartum hemorrhage, maybe a traumatic event, a car accident, in which case they would need a transfusion.
Brandon Barton is a blood donor regular, with already donating almost 5 gallons of blood, saving 108 people. He himself was saved by blood donations.
One of the reasons I come and donate a lot is I was in a bad motorcycle accident, and while I was in the hospital, I had to have a couple of blood transfusions.
Brandon says giving blood is like paying back the donors that were able to help him.
There are people in hospitals always needing blood, and if you can donate a pint here and there, it could help 2 to 3 people per pint. So it's nice to know that they have enough blood to cover people that need it in the hospitals.
When tragedy strikes, it is the blood on the shelf that saves lives, and that is why every donation is crucial.
When you donate with us, you're directly saving the lives of patients that live nearby, that live within your community.
People can donate blood every 56 days. The Rock River Valley Blood Center hopes the community is inspired to take action in helping make a difference by donating blood. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nicole. A Rockford man learns how long he'll spend behind bars for a New Year's Eve shooting back in 2021. 36-year-old Delano Love was sentenced to 18 years in prison. He pleaded guilty to aggravated discharge of a firearm and to being an armed habitual criminal in November. The shooting happened at a South Alpine gas station. Love shot a man after the pair got into an argument. The victim survived. Love was arrested in Dallas, Texas about 2 months later. He'd been charged with attempted murder, but that charge was dismissed.
A staff member at a DeKalb County middle school is arrested, accused of engaging in a sexual act with a minor. 23-year-old Kenyatta Hutchinson charged with 2 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Friday, officers were called to Huntley Middle School for an inappropriate encounter between a staff member and a student. During an investigation, it was determined Hutchinson engaged in sexual conduct with the student on school property. He was arrested yesterday at his home. Hutchinson is being held in the DeKalb County Jail on $500,000 bond.
No one is seriously hurt after a morning crash in Rockford. First responders were called to the intersection of East State Street and University Drive. That's just east of Interstate 90. A pickup truck and a car were involved. As you can see, both were badly damaged. The engine was torn from the car. Police haven't given out many details, but we're told injuries were minor. The long-standing agreement between the Winnebago County Forest Preserve District and Severson Dells is in limbo.
The two partners' longtime relationship could be coming to an end as the agreement will be discussed at tonight's board meeting for the preserve. Jess Lipson is joining us live now. Jess, what are the two sides expecting going into tonight's meeting?
Tom, Mimi, both sides do seem confident that they will come to a new agreement. I'm outside the Winnebago County Forest Preserve headquarters, where they are set to kick off their board meeting at 5:30. The two have worked together since the 70s, giving the county access to and education to nature all around the area. While both sides look to continue this, tweaks are being made to their agreement that was terminated effective March 19th. Both sides have said in the past budgetary reasons is a factor, as well as the agreement is a lease or partnership.
We've got a lot to discuss. It's been, like I said, it's been an open item for the last month because of the, what we proposed. Essentially, that's what we did was we developed a proposal last board meeting. We voted on it, we accepted it, and then we presented it to Severson. And now we're just going to review their response and probably go forward with another counter proposal, so to speak.
Coming up at 9 and 10, we'll hear from Severson Dells and Wasser, as well as all you need to know about what happens in the meeting between these two partners. Reporting live outside the Winnebago County Forest Preserve headquarters, I'm Jess Lipson. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jess. Clean energy advocates from across Illinois rallied as the state considers expanding its options for the energy grid. There are a few bills in the Capitol they're pushing for, including a ban on single-use styrofoam products, regulations on diesel trucks, and a larger environmental justice package. But while they are fighting for all of that, lawmakers are considering making some big changes to the makeup of the energy grid. The state is committed to reaching zero emissions by 2050. The plan was to switch to solar and wind energy, but after capacity issues this summer, lawmakers are considering lifting the ban on new nuclear power. It's a proposal that these advocates are strongly against.
Nuclear is going to take a long time to put on the grid, and wind and solar can go tomorrow. I think we need to address those issues first and have a really long conversation about what we do with the future of nuclear power.
The bill to lift the ban on new nuclear plants passed out of committee in the House this week. If it passes the House, it will go to the governor's desk. A state line apartment complex for seniors cuts the ribbon on a new health care resource for its residents.
Collier Garden Apartments now has a new wellness and telehealth center. Its purpose is to give seniors a private and safe space to meet with their doctors. Residents with mental health issues will also have access to their counselors and psychiatrists, both remotely and in person. That's important because many of the complex's residents don't have computer skills or a driver's license.
Oh, it's very important. We have a lot of people that don't have a car. They can't ride the bus. I mean, that puts them in a big world of hurt. And with the podiatrist coming here, it's a very happy situation.
Funding for the space was provided by a Community Foundation of Northern Illinois grant. Congress is ramping up its efforts to hold Russia accountable for war crimes it's accused of committing against Ukrainians.
Survivors visited Capitol Hill today to highlight the civilian massacres across their country as Russia continues to deny the allegations. Washington correspondent Jesse Tourneur has the story.
I had to fight for survival.
This 57-year-old Ukrainian woman who wanted to hide her identity for safety relived her 5 days in what she called a Russian torture chamber.
Forced me to dig my own grave.
Through a translator, this survivor told a House committee Wednesday her only crime was being Ukrainian, and she witnessed Russian troops punish many other women, men, and children for the same thing, through torture, rape, and mass executions.
So Russia must be held accountable. Such crimes are systemic and widely spread.
An attorney for a Ukrainian teenage boy spoke about her client's abduction and attempted re-education in Russia. She said she helped him escape, but thousands of other children are still trying to return to Ukraine.
This is our moral duty.
The Ukrainian prosecutor general told lawmakers there are about 80,000 cases of alleged war crimes against Russia so far, and he thanked the U.S. for its work to help investigate and prosecute the crimes.
When the U.S. takes the lead on these issues, the world watches.
The heads of the committee, Texas Republican Michael McCall and New York Democrat Gregory Meeks, have traveled to the war zone and visited mass grave sites. They pledged their support for Ukraine to not just survive, but win against Russia.
What we are witnessing in Ukraine is genocide.
We cannot let your suffering be in vain.
In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, things are a little little more quiet for some of us here this evening as we had a few severe thunderstorms move across parts of the area. Started out through Lee County, southern Ogle County, and then through DeKalb County. Things, as I mentioned, are a little more quiet out there this evening. We are still dealing with the cloud cover, and our skies will stay mostly cloudy here as we go through the rest of the night tonight. Had quite a few hail reports with the thunderstorms as they move through, mostly penny to quarter-sized hail. Did have a few larger hail reports coming in just to the southeast of Amboy, and then in and around the Pawpaw area to the south over parts of northern LaSalle County, and then some hail reported up around Rochelle and then up through Esmond and then out towards Genoa. So things are quieting down here for us this evening. Even some hail reports further up to the north, some larger hail actually up across southern Wisconsin. We may still see an isolated thunderstorm or two as we go through this evening, but I think for most of us we are going to stay relatively dry. Now our temperatures did warm briefly here as that warm front made it just up north of Interstate 88, but as those thunderstorms move through, temperatures have dropped and that wind has turned back around to the northeast. We're now at 55 in Rockford, Rochelle, 50 in Freeport. You're sitting at 43 in Janesville and 42 in Monroe, so there is a chill out there, and the wind is rather blustery from the northeast, sustained at about 15 up to 25 miles per hour. That warm front being pushed a little further to the south, now slipping down towards Interstate 88. It may actually hold there through much of the night tonight, so temperatures may struggle to climb. In fact, we might actually drop a little here over the next couple of hours. We still do have that marginal risk out, so lower end risk for strong to severe thunderstorms, and like some of the storms we had move through earlier today, hail would be our primary concern. That would take us through late tonight and early tomorrow. Now, Futurecast doesn't show much, but I still do think as we start to see that low-level jet begin to pick up after midnight, this will be coming in from the southwest and moving up from Missouri into Iowa. That may generate some isolated thunderstorms after midnight, going through sunrise tomorrow. Then another wave of that coming through mid to late morning tomorrow. Again, hail, wind would be our primary concern. Actual cold front works in as we go through the late afternoon and evening time frame, but how thunderstorms develop tomorrow morning will have an impact on exactly what we see going into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening with that front. So something to keep an eye on here as we go through our Thursday. Winds will remain from the south Thursday night into Friday. Friday, I think we're up near 60 degrees with some sunshine, but clouds wrapping back in are likely to give us some rain showers once again Friday night, and temperatures will be dropping as a result. So marginal risk again out for southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois for some strong severe thunderstorms. Hail, wind would be our primary concern with that, and that would be right along that cold front as that comes through late afternoon and then into the evening. After that, we get this kind of cold core low of pressure sitting across the region, so that'll drop our temperatures. We're back into the 40s, guys, here as we look towards the weekend.
Now sports with Sports Director Scott Leber.
For the second year in a row, we are in for some IceHogs playoff hockey here tonight at the BMO. The IceHogs and the Iowa Wild will play Game 1 of their best-of-7 series, make it best-of-3 series. These are two teams that know each other very, very well. They've gone head-to-head 12 times this season. The IceHogs won 5 of those games in regulation. 7 of those games went to shootouts, showing just how evenly matched these two teams are. They both also finished the regular season with 79 standing points. What are your thoughts on Iowa? What jumps out about them after 12 matchups against that group?
Yeah, that's a good team, good structure, veteran team, really defensively sound. They're hard to get to, so it's going to be a little bit of a chess match here.
We went back and forth with them early in the year, some hard-fought games between them, so you know they got some talented guys, and they play a hard game. They come at you hard.
Arvid Soderblom has shined in goal against the Wild all season. He hasn't lost to them, and he's played well down the stretch for the Hogs. The IceHogs come in as the lower seed, the 5th seed, but with all the players they've gotten back from the Blackhawks, they believe they're much better than a 5th seed.
You know, we got 4 lines that can score, we got 4 lines that can bang and play physical games, so it doesn't matter what our matchups are, whether teams want to try to match up against us. I think every line breaks something that, you know, that at the end of the day will help us win.
Well, we're here to win, and I think that you know, no matter our position coming in, we're expecting to win, and that's our mindset moving forward here.
This is only a best-of-3 series. The first team to 2 wins takes it, so there should be a sense of urgency for both teams right from the opening puck drop tonight.
What do you tell them about the urgency factor when it comes to just a short series like this?
Honestly, we don't have to tell them. They know. They know that we have guys that have been around. They talk amongst each other, and everybody knows it's best out of 3. So I think it's important here. We have our first game at home, so we can get in our building and hopefully have a big crowd that's behind us and just get going.
So in a short series, this game tonight is going to be huge. Now, games 2 and 3 are scheduled to be played in Iowa Friday night and Sunday afternoon. We'll, of course, have this game covered for you tonight at 9 and 10. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Here in the Rockford area, we just saw a lot of clouds today, but to the south of us, it got a little active.
Yeah, they had quite a bit of hail down across parts of Lee County into central and southern DeKalb County, even in and around Rochelle and southeast Ogle County. So the severe threat, at least in the short term, is done. So that's some good news. Temperatures have cooled off as a result, though. We've got cloud cover out there right now. The First Warn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. I think our temperatures tonight will drop into the low 50s, kind of where we are right now. We may even have a couple of spots fall back into the 40s. Just kind of depends on where that warm front sets up. I think it may have a hard time lifting back north here tonight. Upper 60s for tomorrow afternoon. We do have a couple rounds of some showers and thunderstorms, and there is the risk for some strong to severe storms towards the afternoon and evening, cooling off then again for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Candace.
Have a great night, everybody.